We are rolling.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm so thrilled you're with us. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality to help you live a life of purpose and joy. We've got Chris manning the phones tonight. If you want to have a conversation with me, go to askjulieryanshow.com. And we have Samantha on the YouTube Live. We're at Ask Julie Ryan. So if you're joining us via YouTube, just please put your question, if you have one, in the chat. Put your first name and where you're located, and then your question. And we will be taking questions from both YouTube Live and the people that are calling in. So it's always fun because I never know who's going to call and I never know what their question's going to be and I never know what Spirit's going to say. This is, we're in the final stretch for the Angelic Attendant Training in Atlanta. We still have people signing up, a few last minute people. If you're in the area and you can't join us for the weekend, come join us for Friday night. And if you want to learn the buffet of psychicness that I do, we've got people coming in from all over, even abroad. It's going to be just a blast. For more information, just go to askjulieryan.com and you'll see a pop up for Angelic Attendant Training. It's November 1st through the 3rd in Atlanta. Also, I'm going to be giving away a free online self-paced class later in the show. So you want to stick with us and see if you're the lucky winner. So, Chris, who's our first caller? Let's see who we've got first, or our first questioner from YouTube. Okay, we've got a question from YouTube. All right, it's from Luna. Hi, Luna from Australia. Can I have an energy reading? Are there blocks or leaks anywhere that you can help with? Thank you. Oh, I'm sure, but let me get you on my radar. The leaks are interesting, Luna, because we all have our energy, that's our spirit and our body, is contained in what I call the energy field membrane. And it reminds me of a really thin, stretchy plastic bag, like thin, stretchy saran wrap. And when we have a leak, it's always caused by an emotional event that causes an energy block. I'll let Eastern medicine, acupressure, acupuncture clear the block, get the chi to move, that whole concept. And it's always caused by an emotional event. And it can be something simple, it can be something dramatic, doesn't matter what it was, because as soon as we illuminate it, it eradicates it, allows the energy field membrane to heal, allows the body to go back to working on full power. There's always a leak in the energy field membrane before any kind of disease or illness takes effect. So here we go. I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's gonna hook into you in Australia, and then I'm gonna have a hologram of you in my mind's eye, and it's gonna be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI, and I'm gonna look to see if you have any leaks in your energy filled membrane. So we're gonna do that. Hang on a second, I gotta grab a tissue. Okay, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading south. I watch it go underneath the globe. The globe is turning, and I watch it go literally down under from where I am. So, heading down there. All right. Got you. Shooting energy from your feet up to the top of your head. You have what I call a beauty pageant sash slit. So you look like Miss Australia. You know how beauty pageant contestants wear those sashes and it goes like from the left shoulder to the right hip. Looks like somebody covered you in saran wrap and made a slit right where that beauty pageant sash would be. So I'm going to go in and it's like I'm diving into the scene in a movie. I get the year's 1974. It may be a past life. I don't know how old you are, but 1974. I get you're in Perth in Australia in 1974. What's happening? You look like you're being shaken by a man, like you're upset, you're crying, and he's trying to get your attention, trying to get you to calm down. But that's not a way to calm somebody down, is to shake them. I mean, that would make it worse. So I don't know what the situation is. If we had more time together and I could talk to you, we could figure that out. But by illuminating that, what happens is that eradicates that energy block. Energy blocks look like little kernels of popcorn to me, and they get stuck in the energy field. And then other life's other emotional events pile on top of that kernel, and then eventually cause enough pressure that it causes a blowout in the membrane and you're leaking power. So I think it's the most important part of the healing because we can fix body parts all day long, but if you're still leaking power, what's the point? So your energy field membrane is healed. You're working on full power. This will help you regain and maintain health. So I hope that helps. Thanks for your question. Okay, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, if you're coming in and joining us on the YouTube Live, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your question in the chat, put your first name and where you're located, and Samantha from my team will help you on that end. So, Chris, who's next? Yvette. Hi, Yvette.
Hello.
How are you, my girl?
Oh, pretty good. So
Terrific.
exciting
Where
to
are
be on
you?
here.
Yeah, you
I am in
too.
Yorktown, Virginia.
Virginia,
So,
wonderful. You look like you're what is that behind you? Are you in a doctor's office?
no, that's my fabric stash. I'm a
You're
quilter.
fabric staff. Oh,
Yeah.
fabulous. You're a quilter. Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wonderful. Do you make, like, historic kinda quilts, designs, or do you just do fun stuff, or what are you doing with
I
that?
do, I do a little bit of everything. Right now I am making a historical one called the Dear Jane. It's been 22 years in the making, but I'm hand quilting it,
Oh,
so
how
my fingers
wonderful.
are feeling it.
Oh, I must be psychic or something. I'm getting that you do historic quilts, so there you go. How may I help you?
Well, I have a friend, her name is Larice, and she is in Jackson,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
She got COVID and then got bad gout, and then they prescribed her alloperenol, and she had an allergic reaction to that.
Okay.
And so developed something called dress syndrome.
Hmm.
And
What is that? I've never heard of it.
it's a drug reaction with eosinophilia and systematic syndrome. So
So
it's
what's that
just
mean in English?
so in English it means that that allergic reaction is pretty much um, eating her from the inside out. Her
Yikes.
organs are failing.
Oh, geez.
Her autoimmune system is shot. So she has to take a lot of infusions to fix all of this stuff. I mean, it's this one is a challenge, I think, because it's from head to toe that she is in severe pain, and
Oh.
she's a single mother. Her 76-year-old mother is taking care of her and her daughters in New York. So I was just wondering if you could do your magic and if not heal her, help her with her pain,
Yeah.
because she's just real. She's a sweet lady, and yeah. So
Oh,
I'm doing this for her.
and it's weighing so heavy on you. I can see it in your face. It's just
Yeah.
breaking your heart. I know it is. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Now remember, nobody heals anybody else. We're gonna send a healing to her. The healing will happen on the energetic level, and then it'll integrate into her body if her spirit chooses to integrate it. And that can happen instantly. It can take days, weeks, months, may need some kind of complementary care. But when I'm describing the healing, I want you to envision what I'm talking about because you're going to be my helper. And then everybody else listening and watching, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to envision it because when we're all focused on the same project, the same person, the same outcome, that's when the miracles happen, is when, so much energy goes to them. It's like the power of prayer. So we're going to do that. All right, here we go. And I'm going to ask her permission. You know that
Right.
because, yeah, because I don't work on anybody without their permission. I think it's unethical to do that. I can, but I won't. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. I'm gonna hook into you in Virginia and then go over to Tennessee, and I know where Jackson, Tennessee is. I used to live in Nashville. So got that. Okay, Larice, I'm talking to Yvette. Is it all right if I scan you? May I have permission to scan you energetically and do a healing? She said, yeah, bring it on. Anything that will help is what her spirit told me. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this before, Yvette. So it looks like if her organs were made out of wax, it looks like they're starting to melt. That's an analogy I'm seeing. The good news is she's not dying at the moment. Her spirit's in her body. Because if it was out of her body and attached to the top of the head, like she was in one of the phases of transition, I wouldn't be able to scan her. So hold on to that. That's your best, your best news so far. All right. So what are we doing here, spirit? What's happening? So I'm watching stem cell energy go in, and it's a light amber color gel. It has sparkles in it. Reminds me of Dippity Doo hair gel when I was a kid in the 60s and 70s. And it's like a swirl of sparkles that is rotating in her body. And in the swirl, it's depositing the gel wherever it's needed in the swirl. So it's like those ice cream cones you get at the drive-through at Dairy Queen or at one of the fast food places, and it's a swirl. So this is a swirl happening, but what it's doing, like an ice cream cone, a soft serve ice cream cone, is it's expanding out and it's encompassing all of her organs. Wow. All right. I love getting to see new stuff. All right, so I'm watching that, and then inevitably, that's like a new healing in my bag of tricks, and I'll see it in another healing, usually not too far off in the distance. All right, so that's happening. Now there's an outside spiral that's spinning around her, but Yvette, it looks like a thin blue line that's spinning. Imagine if we're wrapping her in a big slinky. Do you remember the slinky toys? But it's
Yes.
a really thin blue line of energy, and that's super healing. I've seen that since the beginning when I started doing this woo-woo stuff. All right, so that's happening, and it's going up and down. It reminds me of, an old-fashioned wooden top that would have
Hmm.
horizontal lines on it, and when it spins, it looks like those lines are moving up and down, but it's an optical illusion. That's what this looks like to me. So I've got that going. Okay, there's this, debris that's coming out the top of her head, and it's kinda rubbery, and it's coming out in strands. It's being pulled out the top of her head. So I'm not sure what that is, but what the heck? It's a detox, right? We're getting that redone. Also, there's been royal blue energy put on her body to help lower the pain, like an anti-inflammatory energy. Inflammation looks like red fog on body parts. Anti-inflammatories are royal blue color. So I hope that helps. The biggest thing is she's not dying. She's not in any of the phases of transition.
Great.
So
That's good.
everything has the ability to heal. Absolutely everything is healable. That's number 1, and number 2, sometimes the healing is death. That's not what we wanna hear, but she's not in that mode right now. So if you can give her the link to this episode and let her listen to this, if she
I
can
definitely
envision what I've described, it's gonna help integrate the healing into her body. So you are a sweetie to call in
will.
for her. I know she's suffering, so I hope she
Yes.
feels better.
Thank you so much,
You
and,
are most
love your
welcome.
show. You are a blessed woman for sure.
Oh,
Thank you.
send me a picture of your quilt in,
Oh, I will.
progress, and then also when you get it done, and I'll put it on social media so we all can see it.
Okay, will do.
Alrighty. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Alrighty, everybody, AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation with me. And we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube Live. And remember to subscribe. Remember to share this with your family and friends, all that kind of good stuff. And then we'll get your questions answered. Okay, who's next? Hi, Jack.
Hey, Julie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Where are you doing all right?
I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, terrific. Okay. How are things up there?
Not too bad. It's fall, so it's nice. Lots of
Bet it's
leaves.
pretty. Yeah, I bet it's pretty.
It's beautiful. Yep.
Wonderful. How may I help you, sir?
I have been going to a chiropractor, and I've
Okay.
been getting stronger to build up my back and neck problems.
Yeah.
And we started doing traction last week,
Oh,
and something screwed up my neck doing traction, and now I've got dizziness and tingling in my hands and a lot of pain and just
oh,
like a kind of like a spatial awareness weird thing going on.
yeah. Okay. I think they probably messed up the little crystals in your ears, is probably what happened. Have you heard of the Epley maneuver, Jack?
I have, yep.
Yeah.
I
You
also have like a SCM muscle tension in my SCM muscles.
okay. All right. Tell everybody what that is.
It's basically trigger points in the
Okay.
muscles
All right.
that just cause all kinds of dizziness, pain, tightness in the neck and the shoulders,
Mhm, mhm.
and they just don't go away. They're hard knots of the muscle.
I'm so sorry. So, are you better standing than sitting or laying down? Or is it just all about the same?
It's about the same, yeah.
Okay. All
Somehow
right.
chewing makes it better. I don't know why, but
Interesting. Huh.
yeah.
All right. So, I'm gonna connect into you. Here we go. Comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Michigan. Got you shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. All right, I've turned you around to the back, the hologram that's you in my mind's eye. I can see those knots in the muscles. There's several of them. It looks like it's worse on the right side than on the left side to me. So I'm watching, like, how can I explain this? It's like a metal, those when you're pointing at a map or those extendable pointers that they used to have that look like pens? Yeah,
Sure.
when I was in school, they have them, they'd pull them out and they'd use it to point to something on a screen or on a
Mhm.
diagram or something that's maybe up in front of a meeting. And I'm watching those touch those spots, those knots. As soon as they do, they unravel. It's like they're little knots of fibers, and as soon as this metal wand touches it, the pointer, they just relax and unravel. That's pretty wild. Okay, so that's done on the right. Let's do it on the left. Same thing on the left. Got that. All right. I still am the first thing that came into my head when you were telling me what's going on, I get what I call divine downloads. And so I get information already starting to be downloaded even before I get you on my radar. And I got, Epley maneuver can help too with the dizziness. So I'm watching your head get moved back and forth to get those little crystals that are in the hairs in your inner ear. They get stuck on the hairs and they don't move around. So your body's turning right, but your brain thinks you're turning left. And that's what causes the dizziness. So I'm watching those get back in place. When you were a kid, did you ever have one of those little, like a pinball game that you could hold in your hand and it was maybe a golf course or something and little silver balls and there are little holes and you had to maneuver it to get the little silver ball in the hole? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's what this reminds me of. All right, let's do the other side. Let's do the right side. Okay, that's happening too. All right, that looks like it's worse on the left than on the right. So I would look that up, see if you can find somebody who can do the Epley maneuver on you, and you may need to go a couple of times, but that's gonna help the dizziness. What I'm
Okay.
watching too is I'm watching a chiropractic adjustment happen to get you lined up with everything because you're kind of scrunched because you're in pain. So I'm watching that. The traction pulled everything just too much apart. So what I'm watching is I'm watching stem cell energy get administered all over your whole back, all the vertebrae and all the discs and stuff so they go into a proper alignment. All right, they just did. So hopefully that'll help.
Okay.
I
Appreciate it.
would
Yeah, I
find
did.
somebody on the Epley maneuver. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope you feel better.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Jack.
Bye-bye.
AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation. And we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube Live. So you can join us there. Just put your question in the chat. I need your first name and where you're located, and then your question. And we'll see what those are. All right, let's see who's next. Remember to subscribe. Remember to leave a comment, all that good stuff. Okay, Chris, who you got? Who's up next? All right, Nicole. Hi, Julie. This is Nicole from California. Does my grandma in heaven have a message for me about my health and career? All right, about your health, she says you need to eat better. She said you need to stay lower on the food chain, less refined stuff. And about your career, she's saying think outside of the box. She's saying that you are too focused on just whatever your niche is that you're used to working in and that you're working now. But if you think outside of the box, that you're going to have way more opportunities. And she just said to me, you got to expand your horizons. So grandma, does that mean in other areas like other businesses and other niches, I always say niche, or does it mean even a move involved? She's saying all of the above, Nicole. So she wants you to be open to what comes in and don't prejudge anything and just say, no, I can't do that, and come up with a bunch of reasons why you can't. Explore everything that comes to you, even if it's outside of your current wheelhouse, what you're used to. So I hope that helps. Thanks for your question. All righty. Who we got? Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hello, Julie.
How are you, my girl?
I'm really, really good tonight. Thank you. I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Okay,
I,
terrific.
I spoke with you late August about my 96-year-old dad, who I live
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
You told me he was in phase 7. I'm really just calling to thank you, and I'm just in so much gratitude. I gave you a Google review and a YouTube review as
Oh,
well. It helped me so much because I asked once a week, only once a week, what phase, and as he progressed, it made perfect sense. I read your angelic attendance, and it made just perfect sense, and that's why I wanted to thank you. I knew his spirit was in the vortex a lot, and he couldn't really, things were going over his head, and he was getting confused, and it allowed me to be compassionate because I understood.
yeah.
And he was at 11. I was ready. And I just came on to thank you so much. He has
Oh,
passed. He passed on the 12th of October.
God bless him.
Yeah, thank you. On the 22nd, which was last Tuesday, like 2 days ago, it was his 97th birthday, and we had his service right on
Oh,
his birthday,
how
purposefully.
wonderful. Yeah.
And I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to come on and say, when whoever reads this, it gives you so much insight, and knowledge is power. And I thank you
Yeah.
from the bottom of my heart.
Oh,
And
you're
now
making me weepy.
well, hey, you help a lot of people. He's with my
Oh,
mom and my husband, and I just wondered if there was any messages from any of those three.
Yeah. What was it about the knowing about the phases and being able to identify them and know that if he acts like he's seeing spirits or talking with deceased loved ones or pets, did he do some of that? Did he act
Yes,
like he was looking up into
yes.
the air or something?
And the day before he passed, he was telling us, he was lucid. He was telling us about all these people. And he was talking to my sister and I, and he said, "Oh, I wish you could see this story. There's two women over here, and there's one over there, and she has a funny hat." And we were engaging with him,
Yeah.
saying, "Do you know her? Do you recognize her?" I think they were ancestors he didn't know that were coming to welcome him.
Mhm, mhm.
And he said, "Oh, and there's this man with this map, and he wants to show me the map." And it was it was beautiful because we had so much information from you.
Yeah. Versus most of us would think, "Okay, dad's hallucinating, turn down the morphine." But that
No,
90% of people at the end of their lives see the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets. 90%! That's a bunch, Nance. So, yeah, well, thank you so much for saying that. Your dad, did you have cake after his funeral? Did you have birthday cake for him? What's with the cake? He's talking about cake.
maybe we forgot. We didn't have cake.
Okay,
Maybe
he's
we
talking about
got a
birthday
cake.
cake. Yeah, yeah. He's saying, "So have cake now." Do
Okay.
cake and have a birthday cake. He's saying on me. He's saying, "Have a birthday cake on me," because of the special occasion of it. Yeah. Oh, he was there. He saw it all. He's saying that the transition was really so easy. He was a
Mm.
little apprehensive about what to expect. Did he talk to you about that?
No, he didn't, but I knew he was.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
apprehensive, and he's saying it was so smooth. He said he was amazed that it was just he said it was just smooth. He's doing his hand like this, "It's just smooth." And he's saying that it was beautiful and wonderful, but he was surprised he's used smooth like 4 times. So, I don't know if he
Mm.
expected a bumpy ride to heaven or what, but it was a smooth
Well,
ride.
one thing I also wanted to mention was you told us that hearing is the last sense. And of course, I remembered that and shared it with my family. And he wore hearing aids and he didn't have them in. And my daughter, his granddaughter, said, was talking to him. And then she said, "Oh, he can't hear me." And I went, his spirit doesn't need hearing aids to hear you. He hears you. So
Exactly.
all your wisdom I have shared. I've shared it with
Oh,
a lot of people. Thank you,
oh,
thank you, thank you.
thank you. Thanks for calling in and letting us know about that. How
Yeah,
wonderful. Well, and you got a big smile on your face too, which that's an
I'm
accomplishment when
relieved.
you've just lost your dad.
I'm in his home. I've lived with
Yeah,
him 2.5 years, so he's all
yeah,
around me with my mom. And I know he's with her, and I'm not sad.
yeah,
I'm not sad.
yeah. Puts a different perspective on things. What Nancy and I are talking about, everybody, for those of you that think we're talking in secret code, we are. But angelic attendants, what really happens as we transition from this life into the next is my book. If you want a free copy, just go to julieryangift.com and we will send you a free digital and audiobook version. julieryangift.com. And it has graphics in it. It's got illustrations in it that will show you, the different phases of transition and help you visualize it. Also, if you have somebody at the end of their lives who's a loved one, if you go to my website, askjulieryan.com, on the 12 phases of transition page, there's a chart that you can download for free. And I probably asked you to do this, Nance. I don't know if you did, but put it on your phone. She's shaking her head that she did. put it on your phone, save it on your phone in the pictures, and then you just ask, what phase is my dad in? What phase is my grandmother in? Whomever. And then you'll hear a number in your head, and then you can refer to the chart. And everybody can do this, right? You did it. Did you have any psychic network training before? Psychic Friends network training before?
No,
Nope. You just
no.
ask a question and it's that first thing that comes into your head as fast as you can snap your fingers. So, well, congratulations and blessings to you and your family and your dad.
Thank you, Julie.
You bet. Take
Much
care,
love.
Nance. Bye.
Bye.
Well, how sweet is that? AskJulieRyanShow.com and Ask Julie Ryan on YouTube. There are many churches and synagogues throughout the country, churches of all denominations, that give my angelic attendance book to families who come in to plan a funeral and also families who have a loved one near the end of their lives. And there are many hospice organizations that also distribute my book to their patients and their families. And it's because there's a lot of information out there about what happens in the afterlife. There's a lot of information about near-death experiences, but not much that really talks about what's happening as we're transitioning, as we're in the last days, weeks, months of our life. And that's what I find people are most afraid of. So when we know we're surrounded by angels and the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets, it really adds a different component to it, not only for the person who's dying, but also for their family and friends who are there with them and going through that situation and that, that end of their lifetime with them. And it gives them all comfort. There are many clients and people over the years who've told me that when their loved one is afraid to die and they can't communicate, they'll just play the audiobook of angelic attendance so that they can listen to it, and it alleviates the fear for them. So there you go. Anybody wants a free copy, julieryangift.com. Share it with your family and friends. Share it with anybody who has a loved one at the end of their lives or who've just lost a loved one. And hopefully it'll inform them and comfort them at the same time. Okay, thanks again, Nancy. All righty, let's see who's next. Hi,
Hi.
Carrie Jo. How are you, girl?
I am good and completely obsessed with you, by the way. So we'll just throw that
Well,
out.
that's scary.
No. It's like, so I work and I get to listen to podcasts or basically whatever I want to listen to while I work. And it's you. And
Oh,
I
I'm
love
so
everybody
honored.
who you have on too. Like it's been a rabbit hole. And I'm excited to meet you here in just a few days in Atlanta. So
10
I'm
days, you're
super excited.
coming. Yay.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be such a ball. It'll be one of the most fabulous weekends of your life. And I know that sounds arrogant to say that, and I don't mean it in an arrogant way. I mean, it truly is life-changing and a blast when we're all
I feel
together
that.
too. Yeah.
I feel
Well,
it.
wonderful.
I
I got a big
absolutely
hug
feel it. Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for you.
Oh, good. Excited. Well, I kind of I wanted to know what my spirit guide's name was. Like who am I? Who do I need to have a conversation with? Because
Martin.
I feel
Martin is the first
Martin.
name that came in. Martin. Where are you? Tell everybody where you are, please.
Right.
Oh, we just lost you. Uh-oh. Well, maybe she'll call back in. All right. She looked like she was in her car, probably sitting in a parking lot, and we lost the connection. So, Chris, you still with me? Maybe it's my connection. I don't know. Chris, are you
Hello.
still there?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, you are.
She was in her car, so I think we just lost connection.
Okay. All right.
But I
Good.
do have Molly ready if you would like.
Okay, great. And then get Carrie Jo back on, please, when she rejoins us. She'll call back in, hopefully. Molly. Hi, Molly
Hi,
girl. How are ya?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Terrific. Where are ya?
I'm in Virginia.
God, this is like a Virginia call tonight. You're a second Virginia girl. Well, so
Yeah.
nice to see your beautiful face. How may I help you?
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you to ask Spirit a career question for me. I need some career advice. I've got a big decision to make. I've been working in a very stressful career for over 10 years. And I've also been battling chronic health issues for quite a long time, too. I think that my career stress may have contributed or caused some of the health issues in some way, but it seems like I may have an opportunity. It hasn't been approved yet, but I may have an opportunity at my job to switch to a less stressful role, except that it would be a pretty substantial pay cut. So I'd have to get a second job to make up the pay difference. And I'm trying to figure out which is in my best interest to stay in my current role and just kind of, try my best to manage the stress load and as I'm trying to heal from my health issues, or taking the other role, the less stressful role, if it is offered to me, which I'm still not sure about yet, but I should know in a few days, and
What
having to get a second job.
Yeah, what I'm getting, Mall, is that, if you take the new job, you're gonna be bored out of your mind. That's what came in first. Even before you said
Wow.
something about the money, it said, "You are gonna be bored out of your mind," is what Spirit told me. I also got, while you were talking, that having the 2 jobs will be way more stressful than the one that you currently have. And I
Mm.
got that if you stay where you are and you just keep your eyes open, that another opportunity that's gonna be a better fit within your same company will come up. So
Oh,
I'm getting the guidance I'm getting for you is stay where you are.
okay. Okay, that's really interesting. My goal is actually to kind of start my own thing eventually. I wasn't even thinking about something else coming up at this job, but that is interesting. I'll keep an eye out for it.
But the thing about it too is that when you're in the flow of another job opportunity coming your way, you're in that flow. So that doesn't mean that's gonna be the only one. It means that you're attracting other opportunities, both within your company and outside of your company. So focus on how you can enjoy what you're doing now. Remember, our thoughts create our reality. Use the 2-minute rule. Is this going to kill me in the next 2 minutes if I don't get this project done, or if this is so stressful? If we lay new neural pathways in our brains, and it helps us think of the same thing over and over again. It's like we get on a hamster wheel. So when we know that, we can focus on things. If we're going to lay new neural pathways, let's lay ones that feel good, right? Instead of, oh my God, this is so stressful. This job is so stressful, so stressful. What are you doing? You're thinking more along, this job is so stressful. So focus on, this job is a great job. It pays my bills. I enjoy the people I'm with. Come up with something good. There's got to be something good about it. And it reminds me of, how when you get a new car and you didn't really pay any attention to the color and the type of car that much before you got it, and then all of a sudden you're seeing that car in that color everywhere, and you're thinking, "My goodness, I didn't realize there were this many of this car on the road." Well, it's because 'cause you've laid that new neural pathway looking for your red Corvette, Molly. And then that's why you're seeing red Corvettes everywhere. So same thing, same principle here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
So
that. That's great advice. Thank you, Julie.
you're welcome. Good luck. Let us know how it goes.
Thanks, I will.
Okay. Bye, Mall.
Bye.
AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation. And then we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube Live. After this next caller, I'm going to announce who our lucky winner is for a free online class, Angels and Enlightenment Training. So, Chris, cue the drum roll because you're going to need it here in a minute. I used to do it on my desk, and now Chris, he came up with the audio of a drum roll, which I love. He surprised me one time a while back, and he just played this drum roll, which just cracked me up. So now, I like him to play it every time I give away a prize. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, Zach from YouTube. Hi, Julie. Zach from New York. What do you think the root cause of all dysfunction disease is? Does it start in the spirit and manifest physically? And it's for us to learn lessons, grow, and elevate. Well, Zach, great question. I think that yes, you're on it. I believe, and I've seen this kabillions of times in doing this work for decades, is that we have things that we want to, our spirit wants to come in and explore and experience in each lifetime. And when something is out of alignment and you keep thinking, okay, I got to change that. And then you go, yeah, I'll deal with that later. And then you hear, yeah, you need to really be nicer to your little sister as a kid. And then you're like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then you grow up and you're thinking, okay, you really need to be nicer to your sister. And you're still not very nice to your sister because you're just used to being a brat to your sister. Well, that's just an example of how we get this guidance from spirit all the time. We'll hear something in our heads and we're busy and we'll say, yeah, yeah, I'll get to that later. And then all of a sudden, we have some kind of medical thing that arises in our body because it's a way for our spirit to really get our attention. If you're in pain, you're going to pay attention to what's going on. And there's always an emotional component in place before any kind of disease or illness. So, like with our first caller, what did we do? We did the energy field membrane. What was the first person on YouTube that came in? We did the energy field membrane healing, and that's the cause of the rupture in the membrane, which is always preceding any kind of medical condition because you're leaking energy, you're leaking power. I like to say that if your car isn't working right and you need a new radiator and you go get your radiator fixed and then you're getting ready to drive it home, but you got a dead battery and you didn't change that, right? Well, what's the point in getting a new radiator if you can't start the car because you got a dead battery? Same thing with the body. We can fix body parts all day long, but if you're leaking power, I kind of feel like, what's the point? So that's why I love it when I get you for a whole hour, because that is always part of a healing is the energy field membrane. I don't do it normally on the show because I just don't have time, but I think it's the most important part of a healing. So thanks, Zach. I hope that answers your question. All righty, let's see who's next. Oh, I'm going to give the prize. Chris, drum roll, please. There you go. Ah, and we got a symbol thing going too. Wow, you're getting fancy. All right, the winner of a free Angels and Enlightenment training class, which is online, self-paced, comes with 4 practice sessions a week, you guys, and they're live. The facilitators are all graduates of my angelic attendant training class, my big class that's in person. And so Corey Rachetti is the winner. So Corey, if you're listening, here's your prize. And here's what she said. She said, Julie, I absolutely adore your show. It's changed so much for me. Thank you so much. So Corey Rachetti, I love to hear the stories about when somebody hears that they've been chosen to win a prize. They say usually they're driving or they're, put on their makeup in the morning or shaving or something if it's a guy. And they'll say it, I screamed out loud. So Angels and Enlightenment training class, $300 value that you've won for just submitting a comment on YouTube. In order to win a free class, I give one away every month, and you just have to subscribe on YouTube and leave a review on YouTube. And then I always give away a free session at the beginning of the month, a free 1-hour session with me. And in order to be in that drawing, all you have to do is just leave a review anywhere. You can leave it on one of my books on Amazon. You can leave it on YouTube. We're on all the podcast networks. You can leave it there too. So I always give away a free class and a free session just because I appreciate you guys listening and watching the show. And it's just something that I can do to, to make it fun and to give back. So I hope you enjoy it, Corey. Email us, let us know. Go to askjulieryan.com. just send an email. You'll see a thing that says Ask Julie a Question on the homepage. Just send us a note and we will get you all the details. So congratulations. All righty. That was fun. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
How are you, girl?
I'm doing much better. If this was 2 days ago, you wouldn't have been able to hear me because I had laryngitis.
Oh,
I
where
have
are
an
you?
update, and then I'm in Vernon, Alabama, about 100
Okay,
miles west of you.
great.
I have an update and a new request. The update, I spoke to you a few weeks ago about my sister. She was a massage therapist that was having trouble not absorbing pain from her clients, and she's doing well if
Great.
she breaks that connection after every client. If it
Yeah.
accumulates throughout the day, it's a little tougher, but it's been great. She's working on it, and I keep sending her messages asking her if she remembered to unplug every day. So that's the update.
Tell her to set a little reminder on her phone after
hmm
every client. So have her do like a little chime or something that'll
hmm
remind her to do that, and that'll help a
Okay.
lot. Yeah,
She's doing really well with that, and she's talking about setting up a longer appointment with you.
great.
My next question or request is for my best friend. She's my soul sister and my business partner. Her name is Lee,
Yeah,
and she's a school teacher in Fayette, Alabama. So she's close
yeah,
to you also.
right.
She's been having trouble with her right hip. It's been
Hmm,
going on over a year. I would say probably a year and a half to 2 years now. And
mhm,
the only thing the doctor will do is give her like a steroid injection, and it's
mm,
not helping. And I
mhm.
was just wondering if maybe you could give her a little scan and see if you see anything going on, and could direct her to the right kind of doctor who's going to do something other than just, shoot another steroid in there that's not going to help.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna connect into you and then from you
Okay.
into Lee in,
hmm
Fayette Fayette. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam. Don't have to go very far because 'cause you're so close
No.
by. Alright, got you. Okay, going to Lee. Got Lee. Lee, I'm talking to Kim. May I scan you energetically? She goes, "Oh, yes, please." Like that. That's what I heard. Because I
She's
always
ready.
ask. I always ask. Excuse me. Good job setting her up. Alright, going in. I've got the hologram of her. I'm looking at her from behind, going in. Has she been to see a chiropractor?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
she's scared of chiropractors.
Yeah, yeah. Have her come to Birmingham and come see mine. Her
Okay.
name's Ellen Witt, Witt. Ellen
Okay.
Witt. Tell 'em I sent her, and, Ellen will fix her in lickety split. She's just amazing. I've gone to her for 25 years. She's just an angel, and what I'm watching
Okay.
in the meantime is I'm watching a chiropractic adjustment. Her skeleton's out of whack, and that's what's
Okay.
going on. So I'm watching that. I'm watching it's like her right hip. Tell her she's a twisted sister. Tell her I said that. I said that with love. Yeah, she's a
Oh, yeah.
twisted sister. So her
She'll
pelvis is
agree.
twisted. Yeah, yeah. Her right hip is in front of her left. If she looks in the mirror sideways, she's not gonna be able to tell that, but that's what's going on. So I just watched an energetic chiropractic adjustment happen where we got her pelvis level, and
Okay.
so I'm injecting stem cell energy around that hip joint. Her hip joint looks fine.
Okay.
She's just a twisted sister, and it's an easy
Okay.
fix. It may take a couple of adjustments for that to happen, but Ellen Witt, Witt, she's her girl. She's the one that she
Okay.
wants to go see. Yeah, even if she has to travel, it'd be worth it.
Oh, that's no problem.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So I hope that
And
helps.
we have a catering business, and when she's on her feet a lot during doing that, it really, really bothers her. And I hate to see her have to take, medication. And so yes, this will be great.
Well, and of course she's in pain because her weight
hmm
isn't evenly distributed. Her pelvis is out
Right.
of whack. So she's just twisted,
Yeah.
but it's easy to fix.
We-
Ellen will fix her in less than 5 minutes.
Good deal. We just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything serious going on in there and to know the right place to go. So I will let her
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's
Thank
convenient.
you.
She's close by.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Thanks,
All right.
Kim.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye. That's always fun when I can give them an actual doctor's name. Somebody's close. I love that. Yeah, I've gone to Ellen, God, once a month for 25 years. She keeps everything lined up, so I don't have any pain. All righty. AskJulieRyanShow.com. Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube Live. Hi, Claudia.
Hi. Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, my girl?
Good, thanks. I'm calling in from Switzerland.
Oh, my goodness. You are up past your bedtime.
That I am, yep.
Thank you for
Yeah,
calling so late.
it's early.
How may I help you?
I'm calling you with regards to my mom
Yeah.
because she this week she had she went to the doctors and she has a big infection in, I don't know if it's really her ankle, like in her right foot, and they're talking about maybe even amputating if they're not able to clean it out because she got some kind of pus in
She's
her
got
leg. I don't
staph.
know what it is.
Yeah, I've already connected to her while you were talking. She's got a
Okay, yeah.
staph infection in her foot. All right, so I can see the pus. What I'm watching is I'm watching it get removed. I'm watching it get irrigated out.
Mm-hmm.
Antibiotic energy. She's on a broad spectrum antibiotic, right?
I don't even know if she is actually. I don't know. She
Okay.
didn't talk to me about it. Maybe she is though. Yeah, she could be.
Yeah, she
'Cause-
needs to be on a broad spectrum antibiotic. Have her take big doses of vitamin C and zinc,
okay, I'll tell
like
her that tomorrow. Okay.
1,000 uh 1,000
Yeah,
mLs.
usually she takes 1,000 vitamin C anyhow. I know that.
So have her do it 3 times a day and have her do 50 of zinc, 1,000 of C. Have her get
Okay.
C that's in a buffered form so that it's easy on her stomach. But
Yep. Okay.
that's an amazing immune booster. And then be sure that she's taking lots of vitamin D3 as well,
Yeah. Okay. Then I can check
because
with her.
that's an immune booster as well. Is she going to need her
Okay.
foot amputated? No. If they're talking about amputating her foot, she needs to get 2 or 3 or 4 other opinions. I'm
Yeah.
getting that.
Tomorrow they're just going into the hospital. They're gonna have a look at it because right now she's just been in the doctor's office and they couldn't do much, so they told her to go into a hospital, more like
So
a
they're gonna
clinic tomorrow. So I don't know
gonna
what they're
admit
gonna do
her?
though for sure. They're gonna try to. I don't know if she's staying or if they're gonna try to clean it out. And they've been putting injections in it. I think she's been telling me like needles into that. It really hurts her a lot and trying to scrape it all out.
Mm,
But
yeah.
they weren't doing a good job in the doctor's office, so they told her to go really to the hospital, to the clinic, to see if they can maybe make. I don't know if they're going to put the foot to sleep or what they're going to do
Oh, I'm
tomorrow,
so
really.
sorry.
But
Yeah. She's not gonna lose her foot. If
okay,
somebody
that's
wants to
already
remove her
one good
foot,
thing to hear. Thanks, because
yeah,
she's already
yeah.
taking care of my dad, who can't
No,
really
no.
walk, was in a wheelchair also today. So
Oh,
she's
jeez.
really, yeah,
Oh,
she's a tough cookie. She's got a lot on her shoulders at the moment. So
it sounds like it. Yeah, but tell
yeah.
her if somebody wants to remove her foot, just say, I need a second, third, fourth opinion. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, before anything they do
She'll
anything, then okay.
she can heal from that. She'll heal from it.
Okay, good to know. Great.
Broad
Thanks a lot.
broad spectrum antibiotic, C,
Yeah.
zinc, D3.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll tell her that then
All
tomorrow.
righty.
Thanks
I
a
hope
lot,
she
Julie.
feels
It
better.
really
You
helps.
bet.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up so late.
Oh, thank you. I love your show anyhow.
Oh, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
It's 8 here Central, so she's probably 6 hours, 7 hours ahead of me. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's probably 2 in the morning, her time. God bless her. So Claudia, thanks for staying up so late to talk to us. I hope your mom feels better. All righty. Let's see. I
Thanks.
think we have time for another person here. Crystal. Hi, Crystal. I'm a veteran that's had 2 knee replacements and a hip, fibromyalgia, and PTSD. My body hurts all the time. How can I fix it? Please help. Well, Crystal, first of all, thanks for your service. And let's see what's going on with you. I'm going to connect into you. Where are you located? If you can tell us where you're located, I'm going to find you, but it's always fun to hear. So, all right, I've connected into you, shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. So I can see it looks like most of the inflammation is in your joints throughout your whole body, even though you've had the knees and your hip replaced. Looks like the rest of your body is just inflamed. So I'm using anti-inflammatory energy on you to get that calmed down. I get that this is gut related. Stay low on the food chain. Remember, sugar and anything refined is going to be the biggest inflammation causer there is. Sugar is the most inflammatory thing we can eat. Believe it or not, unfortunately, it tastes really good. But you guys know I've been off sugar for 5.5 years now. If I can do it, you can do it. The key is brain octane oil. I get it on Amazon, and it's a highly refined coconut oil. It is the number one thing that helps me stay off sugar because the brain works on glucose, which is sugar, or on ketones, and I choose ketones. So inflammation is caused by sugar, anything with sugar in it, anything with wheat in it. Just stay low on the food chain. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. And then that's going to help a lot. Fibromyalgia is always a gut issue, 100% of the time. It's leaky gut. And PTSD can be helped by food as well because inflammation causes problems in the brain. And Chris Palmer is head of psychiatry at Harvard, and he says that 90% of his patients are helped by putting them on a ketogenic diet. They get off their medicines. The ones who are on disability return to work, return to normal society. And he says that their brains heal. So that's going to help a lot with the PTSD. So I hope you feel better. Thanks again for your service. Okay, that's Claudia still. Looks like Grace is coming, and she'll be our last person of the evening. So let's see what Grace has to say. Hi, Grace.
Hello, thank you
Hi.
for having me on. I'm honored to be here.
You're welcome. Can you tilt your camera down a little
Oh,
bit? I see you like just till right, but perfect. I see you
okay.
till right below your nose. So, where are you?
I'm in California, Southern California,
Whereabouts?
near Torrance.
Okay, great. South
Uh,
Bay area. That's
yes,
a little bit south. That's in the southern part of LA for those of you that
yeah,
don't know where that
yeah.
is. How may I help you?
Well, I have a horse. I've had her since she was 2 years old, and I've had her since she was 2 months old, and she's
Yeah.
18 years old right now. I've been riding her. She's my sweetheart, but she's been coming down with a lot of things lately, and she's too young at 18, really. This is the prime of her life.
Yeah.
And she's very bloated. Her stomach looks like she's going to explode. I'm almost scared to feed her, I feed her though. But I have a feeling, I don't know, I'm not psychic or anything, but like I've been riding her and she seems happy, but I have a feeling in my stomach, in my gut, like maybe I shouldn't be riding her. And I feel like there might be something growing inside. I don't know. I just don't
Mhm.
know. I just get that gut feeling. Um, things aren't, you know, I don't know how long she'll be here. I hope for a long time. I don't know what. She has a Cushing's disease. I know that,
Mm.
but I don't know if you know that about horses, but I guess dogs have it too. And but I'm treating her for that, and that should be okay. But there is some more than that. It's just because
What's her name?
her name is Roxy,
I love that, Roxy.
and she's a
Okay.
white mare.
She's a white horse.
Uh-huh.
So you're coming in galloping on a white horse to save the day. All right, I'm gonna connect to you, Grace, and from you to Roxy, and then we'll see what's going on. I'm hearing in my head bowel obstruction, so we'll go in and see what's happening there. So, obviously, it's not a full bowel obstruction because she's still pooping, right? She's You're
Yeah,
noticing that you're having to clean out the stalls.
it seems like she's bigger on one side of her
Mhm.
body than the other. But I did have a massage therapist that she might be a little with energy too. I don't know. But she said, yeah, what you just said, that it might
Yeah.
be that.
Yeah,
But she's
that's what I'm getting. So let me get her on my radar. All right, here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, out to you in Torrance. Got you. All right, going to Roxy. Ooh, she's beautiful.
she is.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand why you love her so much. All right, sweet. She's sweet too, isn't she? She's very
Yeah,
gentle for a
she,
big girl. She's a big
yeah,
girl too.
she's,
She's not
she's huge.
she's a big girl. I can tell by looking at her. All right, so I'm in her colon and, it's miles long in horses. I don't know how many feet, but it's just like it's crazy amount of
Right,
length in humans, but in horses, it's really crazy. So
right.
I'm going in there. She's got a little bit of a bowel obstruction, and what I'm watching is that looks like there's a little bit of tear in the intestinal wall, and
Oh,
so, um, toxins are leaking out. So what I'm watching is I'm watching a corkscrew go through her colon, and it's gonna grind up anything that's in the way. It almost looks like it's some scar tissue. Did she have an injury ever that you know of? You said you've had her
ah,
since she was a baby.
you know what? When I sent her off to get broke at 3 years old, I remember she flipped over backwards with the trainer, and they sent her to another place. And I have no idea when they trained her there and what happened there. But she's afraid deathly to go into trailers, and I think something happened and they didn't tell me.
Yeah. She's got some
Yeah,
scar tissue. Scar tissue looks like imagine a spider web the cross between a spider web and a basketball net. Like a basketball hoop. The
yeah.
netting that's on that, it's fibrous, and so what I'm watching is I'm watching that get cut, and then I'm watching this corkscrew spin through her intestinal wall or her through her intestines to clear it out. It's in just one area. I get it's scar tissue from an injury. Which
Wow.
maybe when she flipped over, there was something that happened there. So now what I'm watching is I watch that tear in her intestinal wall get stitched, and now there's a patch going on top of it, Grace. So imagine a piece of 4 by 4 gauze that you'd use as a wound dressing on a human.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
if you look at that, you can see the vertical and the horizontal threads that are woven together to form that dressing. That's what
Uh-huh.
I'm watching, but they're these hair thin blue lines, and it's like this is being woven, vertical and then horizontal lines, and that's a patch that's going on. It's being slathered with stem cell energy, light amber colored gel, sparkles dippity-doo. You've
Oh,
probably heard me say that, yeah. So I've got that. So that's integrated into the intestinal wall. I would have the vet check her. I think she needs to have a scan done at the vet. This healing
right.
will have happened on the energetic
Uh,
level.
oh boy, I can't do that. I can't take her there. That's
You
the
can't
problem.
take her to a vet because she won't get in the van?
She won't get in the van. She panics. And last time I had her taken there for something else, she was only there for 3 days and she lost 100 pounds. And they didn't find anything wrong with her for what I took her there for. And if I do that again, she'll probably just die.
Mm. Do you have a visiting vet that can come see her at your
I
barn?
maybe there's something they can help with. Maybe they could do a little lube thing where they put mineral oil through them. Maybe that might help too, besides what you're doing. Like or I could even give her mineral oil in her pellets. And I do that with my mini horse. Whenever she gets kind of sick and impacted, I give her mineral oil in her mush and she eats it all up. And then she starts pooping and,
Mhm.
maybe I could do a lot of that with her too.
Yeah, try her, but I would have a vet come check her though, just to be safe. If you can't take her to the vet, then I know there are vets that make house
I'll
calls.
see what he could. Oh, they do here all the time, but all the vets around here now, they go, oh, I can't do that. In the olden days, they used to do that here at home. because I
Yeah.
had horses all my life. But now they go, oh, no, you got to take her to the vet, because they don't want to do anything. They just want to say, oh, just take her to the vet. But that costs thousands and thousands of dollars.
I know. I know. Uh, but they may have something portable that they can use to do
Yeah,
some
I'm
films on
gonna
her in your barn.
I'm gonna ask him what he can do
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
taking her to the vet. Now that you told me that, because I had a feeling it could be that too. So
Mhm.
I'm amazed.
That's
That
what I'm
was
getting. Yeah, that
it,
was coming into my head even before I got her on my radar. But I thought, well, what's causing it? It looks like scar tissue to me, but we've removed it energetically, so hopefully that'll help. But
thank
I
you.
do believe she needs to be seen.
Yeah, I'll call him
Okay.
again and see what he can do. That I just didn't know what to call him for, but this kind of confirms it with me now with what you said.
Well, just tell him what her symptoms are. She's bloated and she seems out of sorts,
Yeah.
and there's definitely
What
something
he told me
going on.
was she's bloated because it's a part of Cushing's disease. The horses do get bloated and they get a little bit of an arched back, but this is more than that, because she looks like a balloon and it's bigger on one side, and she
Yeah.
stands like trying to make herself comfortable. But when I ride her, she seems happy and she walks. Maybe she feels better when I ride her, but I was feeling
Mhm.
bad to ride her.
Is it okay for Grace to ride Roxy? I get a yes. It is.
Really? Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe
I
it's
wouldn't
better
ride her hard, but I
to
think
move. Yeah,
movement will help if you can be gentle with
yeah.
her, but yeah, and
Oh,
she
I'm so
loves
gentle.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I just
loves
walk her.
you.
That's all we do. I don't let her even trot, because whenever I let her trot, she goes crazy. She wants to go like a racehorse. So we walk. That's all we do
Yeah,
is walk on the trail.
right. And if your vet can't help you, call somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a.
all right.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so much.
I hope that helps. You're so welcome. Let us know how she does.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Grace. Have a nice
Thank
evening.
you. Bye.
Alrighty, everybody. That's it for tonight. If you're thinking about coming to Atlanta, now's the time. AskJulieRyan.com. Go to the website, sign up. We've got a few spaces left, and then they're calling your name if you think you want to do this. In the meantime, everybody, have a great weekend. And know I'm sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody. See you next
Bye.
time. To enhance your spiritual journey, click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share with your family and friends.